Welcome, beloved heart. This is Anrita Melchizedek, and I'd like to welcome you to this masterclass one, this first masterclass that we're doing on the Divine Mother Healing Activations. And this is called the Red Rose Kit. And the divine inspiration for this actually came just really seeing how these new earth templates are coming together for us and taking us deeper into our divinity and taking us deeper into truly releasing all those false beliefs and judgments and aligning into the heart of God as we travel this path of love. And one of the big things that I realized was really just the healing frequencies that are activating at this time for us through the different bands of consciousness. And those different bands of consciousness, of course, is through the energy of Mother Earth, and it's through the crystals and through the plants and through the herbs and through the essential oils and homeopathic remedies, and of course simply from the plants themselves and the trees and the beaches. Of course, that is a power in itself, the power of nature to heal. But within us too is our bodies are starting to talk, and they're talking in resonance to what is occurring through nature, because it's not only this evolutionary path, but actually we work too with the Devi consciousness, because we have the overlighting Deva of healing. We've got the Pan, which is a universal heart energy that connects through our love energy and into nature that we can talk to. Many are familiar with utilizing the elements of air, earth, fire, water in different ways for different regenerative healing and restoration. And our own body in the divine blueprints that we start to ignite into once more in this ascension process as our cells themselves become the stargates, the spinning transmitters and receivers of the frequency of divine love, and how it is expressed within us as we deepen into soul embodiment, as we become our higher selves upon the sacred earth, and of course leading the way in this golden age of light too. From my own journey though, what I have experienced is the lower timelines dissolving, which is so truly important, the karmic timelines, through releasing blame, through releasing judgment, through stepping into forgiveness, through recognizing and knowing our own worthiness and that we are enough. But with that too, what I've seen is even releasing so much of this frequency or old energy where we're no longer triggered by the energy of others, apart from, of course, deepening into our own beautiful, nurturing, loving essence. We're still working with a lot of those cellular memories that are being released, the old false beliefs, programmings, and judgments that are just, kind of take us into these spirals sometimes. And that is why, of course, there are still points or moments of triggers for all of us. No matter how aligned we are initially to the divine, we have that misalignment simply because we're clearing at the cellular level. So that first level process is, of course, always the karmic timelines, the dissolution of that, the cancelling of the vows, the contracts, restoring our relationships, having a look at our relationships with family, because we cannot truly ascend, we cannot truly be here in form and physicalness while there are still a lot of issues going on. And once we've got that part, then we can focus more on the not only the rejuvenation and regeneration of our own body and knowing everything is here to heal us and everything is here to help us as we simply love all that arises, but also just have the observational awareness of what is being released and know that we can actually just simply release it. There is nothing that we need to go further. It's just old patterns within the body that are just coming up and they're dissolving because we no longer need to experience or re-experience these frequencies, events, patterns, thought forms, judgments, or lack of in any area of our lives. And then it's, of course, simply sometimes frozen miasms or the trauma or the pain that is still can also. And once again, it's realizing how powerfully the healing of our own body takes place when we truly believe that we can heal ourselves. And we draw upon this energy primarily through the energy of love, which is the energy of the Divine Mother. And the Divine Mother is the energy of the earth. The Divine Mother is the energy of nature. The Divine Mother is the energy within us. And it's also the nurturing, loving energy of the mother giving birth, and it's birth and rebirth and letting go of old and bringing in the new. And this is the energy that we draw into and come into as we experience the new earth templates. And this is just essentially the unity grid of divine love within us and around us, and that sense of coming into our own loving hearts, coming into our Zen center, or what we even call the void, 0 point. So all of this from that space of love is how we can heal ourselves. So we truly have to believe it. That's the first thing. And secondly, as we do, we can almost instantaneously just release those false beliefs and judgments and seeing them come up. So in this first attunement that we're going to do, the Red Rose Kit, we're going to deepen into the heart chakra. We're going to move into that love, that forgiveness, that mercy and compassion. And with that shift, whatever we need to for ourselves and for this planet, and of course mostly now on an energetic level, but also on a physical level, where we store so much of the discomfort and areas related to the heart that have physical dis-ease or discomfort. And then once we have these tools, these kits, we can also do this for others. We can have the charts and the kits of what is in our healing box. Different rose kits. I thought it was just such a beautiful way to just come together, and we could pendulum, we could dial it for those that want to do the practitioner's course, to kind of see, oh, okay, the person that I'm working with, or even myself, I'm still working with this or that, or whatever the next thing may be. So it's a very nice way to work, to actually have a very good sense of what you're still working with, but also truly knowing that you have this gift of healing. You can amplify this gift of healing within yourself, and truly instantaneously you can heal yourself through tapping into that energy of the Divine Mother, that energy of the universe, that energy of love within. So what we're going to start with here is an attunement to the energy of Mother Mary, because Mother Mary is the energy of the Divine Mother. And as we tune into that energy of the Divine Mother of grace and mercy and protection and healing, we're actually also tuning then into the nurturing aspect within ourselves. We are attuning to that energy as we're imagining all those frequencies are ours. So what we're doing here is that we're just embodying the frequencies and energies. We're not imagining this is something outside ourselves, because we are all one, and we are just tuning into multidimensional aspects and archetypes and energies of which we are one, aspects of ourselves. And from the Immaculate Heart of Mother Mary, then we start to nurture our own God flame, our own flame of divine love, or we also call that the threefold flame of power, love, and wisdom. And within that, then we can see, we move into the nurturing of the inner child, because of course it's the inner child that often hasn't experienced that nurturing, that love. We start to heal our relationships with others, but also with the earthly mother. So this is a very important one in this heart energy, because we're bringing in the energy of the Divine Mother. Is also, we have to look then at our relationships with women, and in particular our relationships with our own mothers. And if there's any area there that actually needs attention, we really just got to step into loving and forgiving and letting go and honoring each unique experience that we've had along the family and family lineage and ancestral lineage, because that too is what is coming up to be cleared. And when we think of the heart energy, then what do we think of too? We think of relationships. So we want to release also a lot of those old relationships, karmic maze, karmic timelines, pain, trauma, all that we experienced to know ourselves as love, all that we chose to know ourselves as love, because essentially so many of those karmic soulmates are actually beautiful beings at this higher light level. So they are really truly soulmates, where we each choose to play out specific roles. But there comes a point we would no longer need to be in relationships where we're not seen, we're not heard, we're not appreciated, we're not loved, or through our own trauma we hold others at a distance, or we try to overcompensate. So we take on the martyr consciousness and we try and do everything for everyone, or we don't want to be intimate because we've been hurt or there's been abuse. So all this is what we're clearing here today. We're deepening into just the loving heart and just knowing that all of this can be instantaneously healed. So part of the work then that we're doing is that we're going really then into the heart energy. We're clearing on different levels after this attunement, and then we're bringing in the new. We're bringing in conscious relationships. We're bringing in conscious partnerships. We're bringing in the soulmate twin flame frequencies and energies, drawing that to us so that we can know that we can truly open our hearts on every level to love. That is what we're here to do. And if love comes our way in friendship, if love comes our way in romance, if love comes our way simply by being love and holding that energy of love for the sacred earth, how wonderful. We've got to take that leap of faith. We've got to believe. We've got to just simply open our hearts in love. So we're going to start there. And then from here, we're going to move a little bit into some of the physical areas of discomfort that we can look at, working with some beautiful essential oil frequency energies that are going to be transmitted also energetically through the Overlighting Diva of Healing and Pan. All of this we're not really going to talk to very much about. You're just going to experience these energetic frequency transmissions. So this is part of the work of the Divine Mother Healing Activations right now. You are just going to receive this beautiful healing energy that's been transmitted to you, but I will show you too how to hold that energy, how to experience being that transmitter of that healing energy of the Divine Mother through the practitioner's course. If you may be interested, we would go a lot more into the understanding behind the experience. But of course, right now, it's simply so much about the experience. So let's deepen into that and get started. We'll start once more with the breath, because the breath itself really is what controls the whole body, what controls all the emotions, what controls that center of alignment to the divine. And so what we need to do is that when we breathe in, we want to initially do a very, very, very deep breath, because we have to move beyond the ripples of the outer level where there may still be the frozen miasms or the judgments or the false beliefs or the pain or things that are swirling in the mind, or areas of stress or pain or trauma or discomfort or unknowing. All of this is to know that, you know, really we are love and there is a divine plan, and just trusting in that, because God has a plan for every single one of us. And as we just know that and accept that, you know, we release all the lack of, and we release all the pain, because it's been done. It's just honoring our courage, our love, our magnificence and light as His flames of divinity. But we deepen into that through the breath, and so we move beyond those ripples that are coming up. So let's take ourselves into that center and then experience this attunement as we move through this beautiful Divine Mother Healing activation of the Red Rose Kit. So let's just start with that beautiful breath. And the breathing, what you want to do is expand the lower abdomen on the in-breath and contract the lower abdomen on the out-breath. And breathe in deeply, breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose or mouth. Just whatever feels right for you. So we're going to just take this deep breath. Breathing in love, breathing out love. And just imagine this beautiful pink flame. This is the pink flame of divine love, the pink flame of Mother Mary, and ignites within the loving heart with this beautiful golden flame and diamond flame. We're going to call this a threefold flame. This is the energy of the divine feminine, and this is the energy of the love, uniting with unity and uniting with the consciousness of the one heart. This is this threefold flame of power, love, and wisdom. And this is our immaculate heart. And within this, we just have a sense of holding into the energy of the heart as we just breathe in love We hold the breath and we breathe out all that is ready to be released. And as we're doing this, we may have thoughts that come up, things that come to mind. We just allow them to float off. Some of this may just be false beliefs or judgments or awareness right now of playing out a few games, or the need of approval from others, or things that we're still working with, or that are feeling uncomfortable within the body. That's what we're shifting through and into the center of love within ourselves. And we just do that initially to just center and align ourselves into the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God, but also into the crystal heart of Mother Earth. Because that alignment and grounding and energy frequency of the electromagnetic field, the unity field of light, is also connecting into and around us as we deepen into the breath. Call upon the overlighting of Mother, Father, God, and all the illumined beings of light from on high, I personally acknowledge. As I merge now with my beloved, I am presence, highest aspect of my soul light, within the heart of God and within my immaculate heart. And as I breathe deep into the body, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose or mouth, I find myself connecting into the unity grid of divine love and the New Earth template, frequencies of the sacred earth, the consciousness of light, of the heart of one, of the energy of the Divine Mother, of the energy of love. I have a sense of my feet firmly on the floor, grounding into the crystal heart of Mother Earth. I feel the love of Mother Earth. I feel this connection to nature and to nature spirit intelligence. Just breathe deep into the body as I have a sense of the nurturing, loving, grounding energy of Mother Earth moving through the feet chakra, moving through the body. As my body itself starts to gently rock from side to side or move forwards and backwards, as I see within my own body any area of discomfort that is being released right now through my sacred breath, through my attunement and alignment to Mother, Father, God, to Mother Earth. So I breathe in love and breathe out love. take myself deep into nature for a moment, to what is my happy place, attuning myself to nature. Whether this is to flowers or plants, the trees, the rocks, the crystals, the mountains, the beaches. What is my happy place? Just feel this within myself, my body, my energy, resonating to a similar wavelength, frequency, and vibration of what I draw to me from nature. Connect to the plant medicine. Have a sense of what comes to mind. Have a sense of what my body is needing at this time. Divine Mother, call upon you to bring through the energy of nature, through the plants, through the crystals, through the herbs, transferred through the Devic consciousness into the cells, atoms within my body, to the regeneration, restoration, rejuvenation of every cell in my body into the light of God, into my original divine Aesop blueprint. Through the unity grid of divine love, I connect to my brothers and sisters of the light. I connect to the awakened light workers and those awakening, knowing that all is love. And as I hold the energy of love through my body and energy field and through the unity grid of divine love, I deepen into the I am avatar consciousness of light. Higher light, all these beautiful souls assisting in the upliftment of humanity. This transformational process as we walk this path of love. And I draw to me through the new earth templates of sacred geometries and numerologies and fractal geometries and sound and color what I need right now to express my full magnificence and light as a flame of divinity, as a master being, and as an amazing healer. I believe I can heal myself. I believe we can all heal ourselves and we can heal one another. And the sacred earth release the misalignments, the judgments, the old programmings, the physical areas of discomfort, ease, distress. Simply by commanding it, wielding it, recognizing that the power is within me through the energy of love, through the energy of the Divine Mother. And as I find myself now wrapped in a beautiful pink flame of divine love, golden flame of unity consciousness, and a diamond flame of purity and innocence, of God consciousness, I take this flame out through the unity grid of divine love. It's a threefold flame of power, love, and wisdom, touching the hearts of all awakened souls and all those resonating with the templates of the new earth. And as this flame continues to expand, connect into the ascended realms, to the sisterhood of the rose, to the brotherhood of the light, to the galactic realms, to the galactic councils and Christed extraterrestrials, to the angelic realms, to the heart of Mother, Father, God. And I draw to me what I need in resonance from this field of unity and love. As I breathe in love and breathe out love, or breathe in love and hold my breath and breathe out all that is ready to be released. This threefold flame ignites ever deeper within my loving heart. And it's amplified 1,000-fold, 1,000 times now by the ascended realms, as I am now touched by the light and overlighting of Divine Mother Mary. As Mother Mary steps forward as embodiment of the Divine Mother at this moment in time, Divine Mother of mercy and healing, compassion, insight, nurturing, love. I have a sense of the Mother energy as I ask this Divine Mother healing attunement to the energy of Mother Mary, to feel this within my heart, the Immaculate Heart of Mother Mary. To feel the nurturing of the Divine Mother within my love, within my heart, within my life. As I breathe in love and hold my breath for as long as I can, and breathe out all that is ready to be released. I tune to the Immaculate Heart of Divine Mother Mary. Divine Mother Mary, I tune to your magnificent, loving, immaculate heart. In this nurturing energy of self-love, self-nurturing, self-appreciation, as I nurture my God flame, my soul light, as I step ever deeper into my own loving heart, in the honoring of myself, my magnificence, my light. And within this, I take a moment to focus on the relationship with my earthly mother. I place my hands upon my heart, my right hand, and then my left over. Gently rock my body backwards and forwards and from side to side. I hold the nurturing of myself as the inner child in the relationship to my earthly mother. And if there are any areas of discomfort or distress, either my relationship to my earthly mother or my relationship to my inner child, I now ask for the Divine Mother healing activation to release pain or trauma or heartache of not being seen and heard and appreciated at any time that I felt unnurtured, unsupported. I fill my heart with the nurturing, loving energy of Mother Mary. I release the false beliefs that come up here that say, how could I be worthy if you did not see me? How could I be loving if you did not love me in a way I wanted to be loved? I release, let go, forgive, love. I love my inner child. I love this aspect of myself as I invite her into my loving heart, as I invite him into my loving heart. Nurturing, loving, and appreciating myself. I have a conversation at different timelines to my inner child, while honoring this Divine Mother healing activation through the Immaculate Heart of Mother Mary to shift, release, and let go of all the karmic timelines, ancestral timelines, and family lineage that have created discords, separation, pain, trauma. as I walk this path of love. I now have a sense of the Kundalini igniting, activating, gently continuing to move my body backwards and forwards and from side to side. As I deepen now into timelines of compassion, insight and understanding that Mother Mary, the Divine Mother, brings to me right now. As I breathe in love, and compassion and insight and understanding, I hold my breath as I focus on my fear or anger or sadness, whatever is coming up for me, and then I release my breath. Just rocking my body, I may want to put my arms around myself, hugging and loving myself. I am conscious of what I am releasing and embracing. I'm loving and accepting of myself. I am starting to experience greater levels of knowing, of love, as I embrace and accept the full range of my emotions, knowing that everything is here to help me, everything is here to heal me. I am committed to releasing unforgiveness and resentment and blame and judgment. I am committed to freeing myself from relationships, people, events, places, and spaces that are negative and harmful in any way. As I meet every single perceived challenge, compassion, insight, and understanding, as I walk the path of love, allowing my inner healer to come forth as a Divine Mother archetype. As I continue to breathe in love and breathe out love, I accept and appreciate my uniqueness and magnificence. And I am ready to be greatly loved, divinely supported and celebrated on every level of my beingness. There's no longer a need to hide any level of myself. I choose to love myself or parts of myself which are uniquely and authentically mine. I am all that I am. I choose to listen to the universe, to surrender to love. And I ask in this now moment for the healing of the Divine Mother, Divine Mother healing activation on every level of my beingness, to experience the next level of my soul's forward evolution with as much grace and ease and love and abundance and manifestation and well-being as I can possibly experience in this now. As I say to the universe, bring it on. For the heart of divine love holds no judgment, only observational awareness. In judgment, I respond according to my false beliefs with a closed heart. But in observational awareness, my heart remains open, my response a neutral. And I come from this place that allows me to express my thoughts and feelings with clarity and compassion, truth and understanding, no matter how they are perceived by others. I stand fast in the light of God as an open heart in this golden age of light. I experience anew as templates. I observe my beliefs prior to responding, prior to reacting. Knowing all is love, all is love. And I take a moment simply to love myself once more, eternally, forever, knowing I am love. As I say to myself, I love you, giving my full name now. I love you. I love you. I breathe in love and I breathe out love. As I experience this Divine Mother healing activation to heal the wounds of the inner child, to heal my relationships with family, with my mother or my father or my brothers or my sisters, extended family. I just allow all these timelines to come up, be dissolved, released, as I experience this healing activation. I now experience the rosary of Mother Mary igniting within my loving heart. As I deepen into my compassionate and loving heart, I hold the energy of this beautiful rosary to amplify my connection to Mother Mary and the Immaculate Heart. And so it is, and so it is. Inasia ia kinasia, inkaino koa. What we're going to do now is we're going to attune to a healing guide. So what we're going to do is move deeper into now holding this energy. We're starting to feel it, we're experiencing it through our bodies, particularly through the heart chakra, but maybe moving into different areas and just releasing. This is what this energy is doing. So we're transmitting it, but also you receiving it. So, we're transmitters and receivers, but part of this is actually just a connection through the unity grid and being able to transmit it. And that is definitely what we are all experiencing more collectively now. And as we're coming together right now, we're having a look within this, what else is healing and nurturing and loving for us right now. And part of this work then is also attuning, having that energy of what is the healing guides that we can work with, or what are the master guides that come forward for us. And then from that, then what we want to do is go also into a little bit of the soul retrieval sort of soul retrieval as opposed to soul embodiment. So soul retrieval then is, of course, the aspects of ourselves that left in pain or trauma, those soul aspects, and we want to ensure that everything is back in the body and grounded and centered, so we can move very quickly then through this healing journey and deep into the heart of love. As we're clearing so quickly and rapidly, we're really experiencing that, as we know, not only through the New Earth templates, but actually through the light body, because the light body itself, we have different levels of the light body. You know, we talk about the Cadmon light body or the rainbow light body, and we talk about then the plasma diamond crystalline light body and the human light body, which is the first level. So first level is that we're actually building from the human light body, we're starting to build the body of light, and then that moves into the rainbow light body that people also talk about as the 7 layers or levels around us, which are related also to the chakras. And those then are the bodies of light that we are energizing and activating to take us deeper into this field of light within us and around us. And then as we within that rainbow light body, that is also the time when we're starting to merge with our multidimensional selves or our higher selves. So we have more than one higher self. And what's interesting in the merging of these higher selves is that we take on then the characteristics of those aspects of self we are integrating. So we could be integrating galactic aspects, Pleiadian aspects, or Sirian aspects, or Andromedan aspects, and that is igniting and activating the Starseed codes. Or we could be doing the angelic lineage, and we have a very deep connection to the archangels. Or we could be doing the earth lineage, where we have that very deep connection to the healer energy, or the shaman energy, or the crystals, or the rocks, or the music frequencies. And those come through from different timelines, whether it's the priest, or the priestess, or the healer, or the divine mother, divine father archetype, how that's played out in different roles, in different timelines. And so all of that then is what's coming to the fore right now in different levels as we're integrating that. So that's the difference between soul retrieval and soul embodiment. And soul embodiment is when we've got all these aspects within ourselves that have been anchored and integrated in the energy system that I work with. We talk about 144 soul ray aspects of self that are integrating. And then from that, then we move deeper into the plasma diamond light body. And that then is really the crystalline consciousness that we're experiencing, with the cells full with just the light of Mother, Father, God, with the light of our soul light, the light of our beloved I Am Presence, where we actually physically transfigure into the ascension process, where initially in that ascension process it was columns unify, while our chakras started to unify into one field of light. And at some point we chose to leave this earth plane, and here now we've been physically embodying as our higher selves, as our beloved I Am Presence. And that is the soul embodiment process. And in that then we start to experience the cellular rejuvenation, regenerations, the immortal codes that come online. So it's a very exciting moment that we're all experiencing, and we do that through the heart of love, through the energy of the Divine Mother. So we're going to take a moment now to just deepen into that attunement to the healing guide. It could be a healing guide, guardian angel. And while we're doing that, what we're experiencing at the moment too, and you may be feeling this, is that the Kundalini itself is starting to ignite and activate. So the whole body is actually just catching this sacred sexual healing energy. That's probably the best way to describe it. So just breathe it in, and if you like, what you can also do is do the vaginal and anal muscle contractions, just releasing and relaxing, holding in with the breath, and then as you're breathing out, you can relax it. So we can just hold that for a minute, and the body itself may just be moving backwards and forwards. And then we're going to just deepen from that into conscious relationships, attunements to conscious relationships, clearing the energy of all partners, places. So let's move into that. I ask to attune to the energy of my healing guide, one that walks with me, that I have experienced as a guide in many lifetimes, that I have known on the inner planes and changed roles with, and who can guide me deep into the energy of the earth, deep into the energy of my body. Just see what comes to mind right now as we experience this Divine Mother Healing Activation attunement. The perfect master guide in this moment. Just see what comes to mind for you. I know for me to come into the body, it's been also the Native American grandfather energy, I call it. It's a grandfather guide that's coming forward. So just see what your body is needing, where you are needing. Perhaps, the guide is one that's showing you how to work with nature intelligence, how to work with crystals, or herbs, or flowers, or your body at a deeper level, or sound, or color, or geometry, or art, music, different levels of healing. What is it that you are needing that guidance with? Because this really is what we're bringing in right now, is this healing guide that will deepen into an intuitive understanding for you in remembrance of greater levels of the healing gifts that you have. And this is what we're bringing online now. Just releasing any false beliefs or judgments around having this guide, or it could even be a healing team. See yourself just connecting now, merging, integrating, experiencing this beautiful healing guide that you have known in different lifetimes. It's coming forward again, or maybe already with you, just making their presence known more deeply now. And you may experience this energy through possibly a sound or a name or a color or the imagination. So just see what comes forward for you. Releasing any perceived sense of separation, not able to connect to your guide, or I don't know how, or this is impossible for me. Just releasing those limitations. I request a Divine Mother Healing Activation, the assistance of my healing guide, in the soul retrieval activation to bring back any parts, aspects of myself that have left through trauma, through shame, through blame, through fear, or simply for the experience of it. In this timeline, parallel timelines, realities, parallel universes, I bring everything back into my body in this now moment, to be fully present, to experience a full range of my emotions, to love all that arises, and to consciously embody all soul aspects of myself in love, while I bring through the karmic soul aspects to love. I simultaneously merge with the higher self aspects of my divinity, moving beyond polarity, beyond perceived separation, to the heart of love. As I continue to breathe in love and hold my breath and breathe out all that is ready to be released. Now I am ready to attune myself to conscious relationships and loving partnerships, to open my heart fully and completely to love. For I am indeed this flame of divinity, this master being of light. I am the light of God upon this sacred earth. And I am ready to clear these karmic timelines once and for all, releasing karmic mates, releasing karmic events, situations, places, people, and spaces that I have experienced the full range of my emotions through not being seen or heard or understood or being appreciated. I have experienced abuse and pain and loss and trauma. And while I honor how this has impacted my body and energy field, while I honor I have chosen this through pre-birth agreements and to assist in lifting the consciousness of all life upon this sacred earth, I no longer choose it. I no longer need to know this prison matrix. I have done it. So I just surrender to love as I take a moment now through this Divine Mother healing attunement to clear my energy of past lovers, partners, abuse, trauma, judgment, unforgiveness, victim consciousness, unworthiness. Separation. Just allowing the images to come to mind. Forgiving, loving, accepting. I release the need of approval from others. I step deep into my own divinity and templating, authenticity, freedom of expression, clear boundaries, discernment and love, with insight and compassion. I understand that those that have treated me in a way that has been unkind, I perceive to be abusive, judgmental, or ugly, does not know any better and often has been treated this way too. I experience this animation of seeing myself simply as a character in this role, played out for this particular person that comes to mind, people that come to mind. And I just surround them and myself in this beautiful pink flame of divine love. Cut all cords or energy that there's still attachment. As I simply see these timelines dissolve where there is no longer any hold, any frequency. Any attachment. I am a free and sovereign being. I am ready now for conscious relationships, for love in every area of my life. Say to the universe, bring it on. This divine mother healing activation I now request is one of divine love to bring into my life the people, places that can see me, support me in joy and happiness and consciousness. As I hold on to this now, I breathe in love, breathe out love. I see the union of hearts as I further experience the rebalancing of my own divine masculine, divine feminine spirits. This healing takes me into renewed alchemical marriage as I see my divine feminine spirit to the left of me, my divine masculine spirit to the right of me. Bind these aspects of myself to a greater wholeness and love and appreciation as the Kundalini energy continues to ignite and my body gently moves backwards and forwards and from side to side. Feeling and sensing the Shakti Shiva energies, the balance, the love, partnership, the conscious relationship, breathing the false beliefs, judgments, perceived separation from the base, sacral, solar plexus, the heart. Thymus, throat, third eye and crown chakra. Experience this divine mother healing activation, attunement to the heart of love, of conscious relationships, partnerships, love. I am one with all life. I feel this, experience this now. This unity field of love. Breathing in love, breathing out love. And our experiences, heart torus fields ignite and activate. Torus is a three-dimensional shape created by rotating a circle 360 degrees along a line formed by another circle. This is known as a donut or bagel shape, and the whole is one inside. And the interior of the donut, like the inside of a tire tube, is another inside. And this toroidal field exists around the body and energy coming through the heart chakra and through the physical heart. And it connects into the electromagnetic field of unity and love. This heart toroidal field of divine love. So the earth, our body is at the center of the torus, this earth is the center of the torus, solar system and multi-universe. Within this we encompass incredible array of holographic tori, multiple toroidal fields that we interact with, draw from. The communication, health, wellness, love, unity. All of these are part of the new earth templatings, talking to us, drawing this to us, and we draw this through lifting the frequency and vibration of our own bodies, and through lifting the frequency and vibration of that around us. Through music, crystals, sound, geometry, pyramids, all of this plays a noticeable frequency activation, harmonic frequency activation upon our energy fields, upon our bodies. So we take a moment now to just bring ourselves into the heart. Take a moment to bring ourselves into the physical heart. We'll start to create the first toroidal field in the physical heart. And place our hands on the physical heart to see how the heart is doing. Just feel into what the heart feels like it's doing. The left hand first and then the right over the left. Because the heart itself, the physical heart, feels the emotion of love. It's not just a muscle. It pulsates with the frequency of love. And when it's heartbroken, that's when we get all the heart diseases, congestive cardiac failure. All of this is related to the broken hearts, the emotionally broken hearts. They cause heart problems and, of course, cancer, thymus cancer, heart cancer, or rather heart disease, lung cancer. All of this is related to grief and sadness and heartache and loss, betrayal. So we're just building this field of love within us. It connects us to the heart of God, to the heart of the Divine Mother, to the nurturing, loving energy within the multiverse that we draw upon from the state of awakened conscious awareness. It's a silent witness. It's the flames of love. As we hold the heart, the physical heart, we're going to, for a moment, just imagine ourselves sitting at the center of a torus with openings up to the heaven, down to the earth, just aligning through the body, through the chakras. Just start while holding still, or cupping the physical heart in the hand, so to speak. Have a sense of the body moving gently and a sense of the breath just deepening. Continuing to breathe in love and breathe out love, or breathe in love and hold the breath. There's still a lot being released. And we see this toroidal field because the toroidal field connects now from the earth. And we see this heart energy coming through this, traveling from this bottom up, through the base, into the heart. We experience this heart energy in this form of love that is traveling down this bottom opening through the root and into the earth. And it's like this petal, these petals of love that we're putting through this toroidal field and this energy into the energy of the earth. Just feeling rooted and grounded and centered. Feeling the stillness of Mother Earth. Resting in the stillness of her loving heart. And once more we sense the love of Mother Earth moving through our bodies into the heart. And we're sending this out through the body, through the energy field, as we now allow the heart to open to the farther sky, to open to cosmic realms, sending out into this multi-universe our love, and sending it into the unity grid, and into the energy of nature, and into the energy of the earth. And into the energy of the solar system, galaxy, central sun, great central sun, heart of God. Just rest through the great central sun and heart of God. As we request this Divine Mother healing attunement to Mother Earth, to Father Sky. And the creation of the toroidal field of light. I experience my full toroidal field of light moving into my organs, body parts, feeling the electromagnetic unity field of divine love within each cell in my body as a subatomic particle spin and increase light frequency. And as I bring a focus back to my physical heart, I create a smaller toroidal field of light around the heart. Field of divine love, field of emotion, a field of knowing, a field of presence, resting in the stillness of my loving heart and the wisdom of my higher mind. Inoso ahia kia sia kia, inkaino kwa, imoso ahia. And I experience the Divine Mother healing orbs through the overlighting of Mother Mary, moving through each one of my chakras. This beautiful red rose, healing orb, ignites within the base chakra. And through this Divine Mother healing attunement, I release all that is not love to the multi-universe, all that is ready to be released, to know myself as love. I touch my base chakra as I say to myself, you are wonderful and perfect. I love you. I am all the love I will ever need. You are forgiven. I love you. I love you. You are wonderful and perfect. Beautiful red rose healing orb ignites into the sacral as I place my hands upon my sacral now. As I experience this Divine Mother healing activation, the overlighting of Mother Mary into the sacral chakra, releasing false beliefs between men and women, healing, releasing, letting go. As I say to myself, you are wonderful and perfect just as you are. I am all the love I need. I love you. I love you. I love you. Now this beautiful red rose healing orb holding the energies of Mother Mary ignites within my solar plexus chakra. As I now experience this Divine Mother healing, activation, attuning me to the energy of love through the solar plexus and releasing, letting go of all that is not, of the one heart, one love, and no longer needs to be experienced. As I come back now into my loving heart and experience this red rose healing orb energy of the Divine Mother Mary, I request this Divine Mother healing activation attunement into the heart of love through the heart chakra, to alignment to the divinity within and to the divine within all life. It's one heart, one love, one unified field of light. And now experience this red rose healing orb, the overlighting of the Divine Mother Mary in this Divine Mother healing activation through the Thymus, releasing, letting go all the old hurts, betrayals, sadness, loss. As I continue to place my hands upon my body, my left hand over my thymus, my right hand over my loving heart. As I say to myself, I love you, I love you. I am all the love I need. I am divinely perfect. I am wonderful. I love you. I love you. I love you. Give you my full name now. And I experience this red rose healing orb and the energy of Mother Mary through the throat chakra. And its divine Mother healing activation, releasing all that is not of love or no longer needing to be experienced in this now. And I experience this red rose healing orb ignite through the third eye. Through this divine mother healing activation, bringing insight, understanding, compassion, wisdom. I'm releasing all that is ready to be released, no longer needing to be experienced. As I continue possibly to move my body from side to side or backwards and forwards, as I say to myself, I love you. Giving my full name now, I love you, I love you. Last, I experience this divine rose healing orb ignite within the crown chakra, aligning me through all dimensions of light to unity and love, releasing all that is ready to be released. And this divine mother healing activation and attunement. And I find myself coming fully into my body as a flame of divinity I am, as a light of God I am upon this sacred earth. Grounding once more into the crystal heart of Mother Earth while keeping this connection open to all the realms of light, to the energy of the Divine Mother Mary, energy of the Divine Mother of all creation, to the heart of God, and my beloved, I am present. In my own time, I gently come back fully present, grounded, centered. Opening my eyes, looking through my masked eyes at all of life around me. Knowing how much I am celebrated, appreciated, and deeply loved. All is well. All is well. So ia kina sia ia in kahino koa. Good. So we've been working then primarily with the heart chakra today, and what we're going to do now is we're going to bring it back into the physical body, into the cells, into the body parts, and we're going to experience two things here. So what we're going to experience is we're going to experience a clearing of allergies and chemical sensitivities and breast, lung, and thymus cancer, heart disorders and dis-ease, thymus issues through the endocrine, asthma and apnea as big ones. And while you may not have some of these yourself, many of us actually do. I know for me, I've got hay fever and I still take quercetin, although it's definitely getting better with this. It's like everything is shifting and readjusting as we sort of rearranging the subatomic particles and the neurons and photons and everything too within our own bodies, and as we're deepening into the fields of love. So this then is also just something that you can use, whether you're using it for yourself or whether you're using it for someone else, is you can request this healing attunement to the Divine Mother to alleviate, to release, to clear the allergies. And the way that we are working then is I have these particular charts of quite a lot of stuff of different allergies, for example, and food allergies and hay fever, or allergies to all sorts of things, you know, that we get or experience. And what we're going to do is that we're going to work with all of that just a little bit to experience those healings on different levels. So we'll move into the allergies, and then we'll move from there into the chemicals. And I want to say also, you know, we're becoming so much more sensitive energetically as we are experiencing the soul embodiment process. I know for me, I was always energetically sensitive as an empath, and then just deeper levels of soul embodiment, deeper levels of the soul energy that, you know, kind of are coming home, these aspects, higher aspects of ourselves that are embodying as we ourselves, you know, move deep into the nurturing of ourselves, because those soul aspects truly cannot embody if we are still very deep in our addictions, for example, or smoking or drinking, or you know, upsetting the body with too much sugar or too much dairy, or something that's not agreeing with the body. In fact, even a lot of this meat that you get and a lot of these vegetables are too dense also for the frequency vibration of the soul to embody, because they're full of chemicals, pesticides. You know, it's really just an interesting place that we live in, and that's also part of that whole, we were talking about that the gut digestion, the microbiome rather, of the microbes that are really just being experienced sort of our inner soil and the earth soil and all the stuff that's been put into that, which is really just affecting us all energetically. And of course, it's not just the nutrients that are missing, but actually also it's interfering with the nature intelligence, which we're talking about, the David realm and the fairy realm and the gnomes, the goblins, and all of this is actually a whole range of communication experience that we have too. So there's so many different levels that we are experiencing, and really it's just about honoring this best way to support our bodies, to support our nutrition. And of course, I certainly wouldn't suggest to anyone what they should be eating, but I think common sense very, very definitely dictates that, you know, we kind of want to be eating organic, vegan diet. That's really what will support us, in eating raw too, as much as we can, because that's alive nutrients and minerals that we want to be putting into our bodies. So let's take a few minutes to just, I'll go very briefly through some of these allergy triggers that we have. And let's take a few minutes to deepen into kind of just how we work with that. So it's a very simple process. And what we do is that we just call upon the Divine Mother healing activation for the release, alleviation, and minimization of allergies, allergic rhinitis, which is hay fever, asthma, chronic sinusitis, eczema, chronic hives, angioedema, which is swelling, allergies to insect stings, contact dermatitis, drug allergies, immune deficiencies, and related triggers, pollen, animal dander, mold, cockroaches, fragrances, insects, latex, medication, and food. And I'll get back to that in a minute because we've got a whole chart we need to go through there. Pesticides. These are things like weed killers, bug sprays, solvents, paints, glues, gasoline, even nail polish, terps, fragrances, fragrance products, cleaners, bleach, ammonia. These are really, really strong products. Even air fresheners, combustion-related allergies, chemical sensitivities, even diesel, auto exhaust, tobacco smoke. Those are big ones. Drugs, medical devices, aesthetics, antibiotics, implants, vaccines. And then we just move now into this list of allergy for foods. I'm going to not read it through. I'm going to just hold it there as we ask upon the healing for this. And we'll just take a moment to experience all of that energetically. Divine Mother healing activation for all chemicals, foods, all that we've just spoken about. So just breathe it into the body, breathe it out. And so it is, and so it is. Good. It seems to be a common allergy here. It seems to be celery, which is so really interesting. I mean, so many of us I know do our celery juicing in the mornings. So fortunately we don't have that allergies, and nuts are very common allergies too. And interestingly enough, I find that slight inflammation, all of this is about inflammation, isn't it? And the one thing that we also have allergies to is people. But I find with the cashew nuts, there also seems to be a throat inflammation, and apparently it's not uncommon, although the almond seems a much better nut for those that like to eat nuts. So there's really all the things, as we know, dairies can cause a lot of mucus problems, and you know, we've talked a lot about eating pesticide foods, products, fruit and vegetables. So we're trying to just avoid that as much as possible and just find really what works for our own bodies, which is of course unique and different to each one of us. And then what also we have is that we've got these diseases and areas of discomfort. You know, the thymus, as we know, really is related to service work. This is a service work on the sacred earth. That's really where we get the heart chakra, is related to the love. It's the love of self. And the thymus is also, it's a portal of love, but it's a portal of unconditional service to others. That's really where we deepen into too, where we choose to be here. And I know so many of us are here simply in service. But when we can't find our way in that service, when we're still stuck a lot between, you know, kind of survival or needing to find our way, still our authentic voice, or what works for us, or our passion, or our dreams, often we're still stuck here with the thymus. And there's also loss and grief because the thymus and the lungs are so closely related. But the thymus really is located then in the upper chest, the thymus gland. And it's part of this whole endocrine system, which is very much related to all the chakras. And it produces several hormones. And it's really an immune booster. So when we low in energy, or when we've got flu, colds, it's always the thymus. That's why we get a lot of the chest infections, because it helps in the development of the white cells called the T cells. And then the thymus makes it possible for the T cells to find and attack foreign bodies without causing any harm to the good cells in the bodies. So the thymus gland function then, it's to produce cells that move to the organs and defend us from antibodies and germs. And so it produces and processes these T cells to strengthen our immune system. And then these white blood cells, or T cells, are white blood cells, and they travel to the lymph nodes and to the spleen after they become mature. And so when we don't have enough of these white blood cells, then they don't produce the antibodies that we need to fight against bacteria or virus or other pathogens in the body. And of course, we know that our whole body, we are actually more bacteria than we are human, but we've got good bacteria and we've got bad bacteria, as we know. So this is really then what we want to do. I won't go into this, but really what we want to prevent this abnormal cell growth that leads to tumors or malignancy or cancer. And, you know, it kind of just is something that really happens when we are in that place of hopelessness or despair, or with a very weakened immune system caused by stress, caused by loss, caused by trauma. And the impact of that then, you know, can cause thymus cancer or disorders of the thymus gland. So we're going to just take a moment there to also just have a look. Some of the disorders that we get there is something called SCID, SCIDS, and it's a genetic disorder that occurs when a sufferer has a gene mutation that affects the growth of the T cells. And then this condition also affects a child's immune system in a big way. And if this happens to a child, they can only live in a sterile environment because they have then absolutely no protection. You know, they have no normal T cells in the body, and you know, the slightest bacteria or fungus or virus, which of course these are, causes a problem in their immunity, and they can get very, very, very sick. So you know, it's interesting how these things happen. Then you've got something called the D. George syndrome, which is when a piece of the chromosome is missing or deleted. And this is also a condition that affects primarily infants and children. And the effects of this, or the signs of this, are underdeveloped jaw, delayed development, delayed speech, learning difficulties. And then you have different types of carcinomas which develop, and then you've got thymic and thymomas. So this feels a bit like she cells on the seashore, some of these words. But anyway, right now at this point, it's not so important to understand what this is, but just to know the power of healing. So I'm going to take a few minutes to bring in again this Divine Mother healing activation as we move into some of these things. And we're going to move from the thymus, and we're going to move into the thymus cancer, you know, to these two thymus cancers that we've been talking about. And then from there, the breast cancer, there's different types of breast cancer. So again, I'm going to just with this, and then there's the lung cancers, and then different types of cardiovascular disease. And you've got your coronary artery diseases and your peripheral artery diseases. Those are the disease of the blood vessels that supply blood to the arms and legs. You've got your cerebrovascular disease, which is disease of the blood vessels that supply blood to the brain. And when there's a problem there, you know, you get things like strokes. So there's a lot of things. And then you have obviously the disease of the muscle, the heart itself, called the disease of the cardiac muscle. That's cardiomyopathy. So there's heart failure. There's kind of all these different things that start to happen when we are stuck in this place of discomfort and hopelessness and loss and you know, just this pain. And so, of course, that's not always why these things happen or occur, but often it really is very much related to the emotions. So we're clearing emotionally, and then this is an energetic clearing and healing that will also start to affect the physical body, and that's essentially what we're doing. And we're using our own gift as the gift of the healer. But what's also lovely about this then is if we are doing this work for someone else, once we've got the rose kits, if we choose to go through the practitioner training, or even if we just come and do the telewebinars ourselves, we will experience all these different levels that are being cleared and healed, and just allowing for the cells to spin in that increased light frequency in the light of love. That's essentially what we're doing. And then we've got asthma too. You know, asthma is a very common long-term inflammation as a disease of the airways of the lung. And this word inflammation comes up because this is really what it is. What's inflammation? It's irritation and life. The inability to digest life, and most of this starts with the stomach. You know, 90% of our inflammation, our disorders, our disease starts again with not providing the body with the nutrients, minerals, and vitamins that actually support it, or the food that supports it. So gut health is really, if nothing else, you know, you can take away from this physical aspect here of the discomfort and dis-ease. It's really just putting those nutrients into the body. We've got a nutrient chart here that we're going to be working with too. So asthma is also genetic, but it's environmental factors, and of course it's also fear, and you know, it's a lot of different things that can bring that on. And apnea, it's really quite interesting. You know, my brother's got apnea, and so I've had an opportunity to look into it a little bit more, and it's a very interesting thing. He's had it sort of his whole life, where he just stops breathing in the middle of the night. You know, they call this a cessation of breathing. And when or during apnea, there's actually no movement of the muscles of inhalation, and the volume of the lungs remains unchanged. And so, you know, obviously it's not getting then the flow of gas into the lungs and into the environment. And of course, the cellular respiration is what we need too for the whole function of the body. So, you know, we voluntarily do this when we hold our breath, because we want to breathe in and we want to hold, or breathe in and out. But when you're sleeping, your breath needs to regulate, because you're not aware everything is closing down or shutting down. And so when the person with apnea isn't getting the breath, they, you know, suddenly their body jerks and wakes them up, because, you know, the brain signals are going, oh, hold on, you know, we're not breathing. And so the body wakes you up, and so you jerk and you wake up, and then you go back to sleep and you jerk and you wake up. And so you never actually, in the sleep cycle, you never get into those deep alpha delta states of consciousness, never mind the theta state of consciousness. So you walk around all the time completely sleep deprived, and it's a very, very difficult one. And I know he wears an oxygen mask, which is also, you know, really an interesting thing to be doing, to just try and get that oxygen into the body and getting things going. I know that apparently it is a slow process. It helps a little bit, but doesn't help completely. And so the other side of that is, like, you know, just that inability to breathe in life, to take in life. And what we're going to be doing when we do this is that we're just clearing on different levels. So again, just center ourselves and just take a few minutes just to breathe in life, breathe in love, breathe out life, breathe out love. And while we're doing this, then, you know, you can breathe in and you can hold the breath, and you can breathe out, or you can just breathe in or out. Just see what your own body wants to do. And then once we've done that, what we're going to end with is just some of these beautiful infusions that have come through, that we're going to be working with, of essential oil blends of what we've been working with here today. All right. Call upon the Divine Mother healing activation for the alleviation, control, and release of the discomfort or dis-ease, thymus gland diseases, thymus cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, cardiovascular disease, apnea, and asthma. So it is, and so it is. And lastly, I request through the Divine Mother Healing Activation, the transference, the energetic transference of the essential oil blends of I am healthy and well as I say this to myself. I am healthy and well. I am healthy and well. As I receive these energetic infusions through the Overlighting Diva Healing Pan, the Divine Mother of lavender, neroli, cinnamon, lemon verbena, frankincense, and rosewood. For the experience, the energetic soul sense of the I am love range, cardamom, frankincense, geranium rose, rose, bochum, and kajiput. And lastly, I experience the soul sense, angelic template, newest template of insight and compassion, the energetic transfer of the essential oil blends of basil oil, bochum, clove bud, geranium rose, lavender, white thyme, bay, and lemongrass. And so it is, and so it is. Inkoakia kina siaya, inkaino koakia. Good. So just come back fully present, knowing that so much work has been taking place on so many different levels. And this beautiful range is called the Soul Sense, and there's 12 templates. And I know I briefly mentioned this before, that it was last year, my guidance from working, I was working with the angelic realms at that stage, was to create this health and healing range. And yeah, you know, it was like I was working with these beautiful templates, and that actually created then the new angelic templates, so a series of invocations, and there's a free ebook on that too. And for those of you that are joining the Rose membership, the third level facilitator training, that's also part of that package where you receive those 12 beautiful angelic invocations through these new earth templates, and they are health and wellness and insight and compassion and love. That's what we worked with today. And then there's others such as forgiveness and power, passion, peace, understanding. So there's really just this really beautiful collection of templates, and each one then has these essential oil blends. So you can work with this energetically, which is what we're doing, this energetic transfer, and knowing that it's very real. And some of you that are sensitive to smell may even just experience this sense of smell. You might smell roses, or you might smell different essential oil blends. And some of you may not experience anything, and yet you'll go to sleep in the next couple of days. You know, these things will just come to mind, of whether it's from releasing our old relationships, or shifting relationships, or bringing in new people and love and support, or whatever it may be that you're needing, or finding your body just moving in different ways. You know, just know that this work is very real. And, you know, it's so lovely for us because we are energetic beings, and we're just so in tune naturally to the universe and to energy, that we've just attuned at a much deeper level here, which is quite lovely. And, you know, we've all been through our things. We've all experienced our own traumas, and it's definitely hasn't been an easy time at all for us as light workers. We've had just these absolutely incredible challenges, but we're at a place now where really we're no longer needing to take it on. And I know I've briefly shared my own story about my children that were abducted when they were 3 and 5 by my ex-husband, and it took 3 years to get them back. And it was truly heartbreaking and very, very, very difficult time. It's like someone else's movie. You don't imagine it to be your own life. And I traveled a lot between here and Portugal, and, you know, it was just court case after court case, and social workers and psychological reports and evaluations. And you know, I continued to work because, of course, the light tribe was my support, and I needed the finances, but that wasn't the primary issue. It was really just holding on to, you know, kind of stability as much as I could. And after 3 years, I got them back. So it was by the grace of God. And we did a lot of work too at that time, emotional freedom techniques, working with essences, working with homeopathic remedies, and a lot of tapping, affirmations, and I put together some angel tools for parents and kids, working on that level with them too. And today they really are, you know, just really beautiful boys. They have some things still that they're working with, and as we all do, and I just honor that, but certainly we're all in a different place and space. And I honor the blessings of us in our togetherness, and certainly for myself, I honor the blessings of being a mother, being a parent. That really is one of my greatest gifts that I feel privileged to experience, apart from obviously not only the grace of God and how it's all unfolded, but actually my big love is this community of light of which we are all a part. And so many beautiful events happening. We've got the Glastonbury Light Tribe coming up, Voices of the Light Tribe in June, and some other wonderful co-creations. So I invite you all to co-create on different levels if you'd like to. We're going to be running this. This is going to be a series of 7 healing kits, different rose healing kits under the umbrella of the Divine Mother healing activations, and we will attune to the different Divine Mother energies and experience different body parts, healings, different levels of clearing each time. And then the practitioner training will go a lot more into just how you can utilize this and work with this with others too, so you can have just this whole set of extra tools in your healing kits that you can share with others. All right, so I think we're going to leave it there today. Oh, we've got someone that wants to talk. Let's see. if that person is there. Hi, that was a number of 989. That was 98933048. Are you there? All right, okay, I don't know. All right, so maybe I need to unmute. Let's see. Right, okay, let me just find out how to do that. All right. Doesn't seem to be working so very well. All right. All right, I don't know if there's anyone else that wants to say anything. I know that we've got some thank yous here. All right. That's Suzanne, our beautiful Suzanne, Facebook angel is here. And she's saying very beautiful. She could feel the Divine Mother energy very powerfully today, which is really which is why we're pausing, because it's really just knowing that these are healing activations taking place. So it's just accelerating that healing frequency and energy for our own wellness and accelerated soul growth. So this is very, very real. And when we can deepen into that state of divine love, then we hold that healing energy within ourselves. And that's really what we're doing here too, is coming into that. And as I explained at the beginning, you know, part of it for now is also transmitting that frequency to you, but also being experienced through Mother Mary, through absolutely everything that we were doing today. So it was quite lovely. Yes, we're talking there also about different levels of the gut biome, and also really just stress and things that happen to us when we're not taking care of ourselves, and trauma. So good. All right, my sweet friends, it's been really lovely to connect with you all, and I look forward to further connections. And we're going to have a facilitator, so for those that are maybe interested in the facilitator training, then we will have those twice a month. We will have a Saturday night, and then we're going to have an early Tuesday evening. So it will be 8 a.m. Pacific time, which of course is 11 a.m. Eastern time, when we do the practitioners training. And then we'll have a monthly telewebinar too. So you have the option to come to one of the telewebinars or do the telewebinar and the practitioner training on a monthly level, and this goes for 7 months. All right, so wonderful to connect with you all, and I look forward to further co-creations. And so from my heart and to yours, it's the cosmic hearts of all creation, blessings in love. Namaste.